Hi friends, once again welcome back to our channel AR Talks. Today we are going to discuss the topic Introduction to Accounting. As we all know, every businessman running his business to earn profit and he also need to identify the financial position of the company. As the transactions of modern business are numerous, it is not possible to remember all the transactions by the businessman. The necessity of accounting in business arose due to the limitations of human memory. Okay, at the outset, I would like to remind you one thing. What I'm saying is, some people says accounting is very simple, and some says it is very difficult. But I agree with both because it will be simple if you are ready to understand the concept of accounting. Else, it will be very difficult. Okay, let's start, my dear soldiers. First of all, we are going to understand the definition of accounting. Accounting as the art of recording, classifying, and summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money, transactions, and events which are, in part at least, of financial character and interpreting the result thereof. Don't be get afraid of hearing this once. We can analyze the same and it brings out the functions of accounting. First one is recording. This is the basic function of accounting. In this stage, we record the business transaction as journal entries which have financial character in a book called journal. Second one is classifying. This is the analysis of recorded transaction with a view to bringing together items of a similar nature in one place, and we can do the same by preparing concerned ledgers. Third one is summarizing. In this stage, we are going to summarize the above mentioned ledgers into one place for easy understanding to interested users. Who are interested users? We can discuss the same in coming slides in detail. Okay. Next one is deals with financial transactions. That means in accounting we record only the transactions in terms of money which are of a financial character. Next function of accounting is analyzes and interprets. In this function we can see the recorded transactions are analyzed and interpreted in such a way that the end users can make a meaningful judgment on that. For what? To identify the financial position and operational result of the business. Finally, it will communicate the financial position and operational result in a proper form to the interested users of business. This is done through preparation of ratios, graphs, in addition to financial statements like balance sheet and profit and loss account. Okay, in definition of accounting, we see that there will be some transactions and events which are in financial nature. That events is economic events related to economic entities. An economic event is the happening of consequence to a business entity and its transactions. Okay. Economic events can be classified as external and internal. An external event involves the transfer or exchange of something of value between two or more entities. That is, we commonly called transactions. We can see some examples like payment of wages to employees. Here we can see that the money is transferred to outside the business. Another example we can take purchase of goods from a supplier. In this case, we get some goods to business and we return equivalent amount for the same. Another example is sale of goods to a customer. Here we get cash against the transfer of commodity. We can see some internal events also. Internal events are also economic events which take place within the entity. For example, issue of raw materials from stores to production department and return of raw materials from production department to stores. So next we can discuss about who the interested users of accounting informations are. First one is owners. We know in case of sole trading concern, proprietor is the owner. In case of partnership firm, partners are owners. In case of company, shareholders are the owners. They give prime importance to the profitability, financial soundness, etc., as they are invested more money in their business. Such details can be availed from the published financial statements. Next kind of user is management. In case of company, management are separated from shareholders. The financial information will help them to take important decision and lead them what should be done to improve the profitability and financial state of affairs in coming years. Next one is customers. Why customers are interested in accounting information? Customers use accounting information to decide upon the firm's ability to serve the product, comply with warranties, etc. Next category is investors. Potential investors will think about company's profitability and financial position before investing their own fund. I will think. Don't you think so? Next is creditors. They also interested in the financial information because they need to know whether the company have sufficient solvency and liquidity in settling the claims in time. The other user may be employees. They are interested in financial statements because of various profit sharing and bonus schemes. The interest may lead them to purchase shares of company in which they are working. Government is interested in financial statements on account of taxation, labor and corporate laws. Researchers also interested in financial statements for their research study purpose. Okay. Next we are going to discuss about the advantages of accounting. First one is it is served as a historical record as it is prepared on last year's information. And it provides support for taking business decision by analyzing the financial statement. And accounting facilitate the preparation of financial statement and facilitate comparative study of the performance of business over different periods. And it supply information to all interested users like owners, creditors, investors, etc. and provide evidence in case of dispute. Sometimes not everyone is able to remember all this, but if you learn all these by using short form to remember it, it will be very easy. The above advantages we can shortly say HDFC UE. H for historical record, D for decision making, F for financial statement, C for comparative study, U for users are interested, and E for evidences. Okay, accounting has some limitations also. We can also discuss the same. As we said in advantages, accounting is historic in nature. From decision making point of view, information is needed not only of past but also about the present and future. Okay, and it provide information about the concern as a whole. That means it fails to provide product wise or activity wise information. And accounting records quantitative measurable information, but qualitative information are also important to business as are ignored. And it shows only actual cost figures. The real value may vary from time to time. So the recorded cost cannot provide correct information. That means the market value may vary from actual cost. Okay. As of now, we discussed the concept and definition of accounting, functions of accounting, economic events and its types, uses of accounting information, advantages and limitations of accounting. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the basic accounting terms used in business. First one is business transactions. Business transactions means transactions which have value and can be measured in terms of money or money's worth. For example, Raju bought a car for rupees 5 lakh. This is a transaction which has a value and it can be measured in terms of money. Then we may go to financial statements. Every business organizations prepare two basic financial statements, and they are profit and loss account and balance sheet. Okay, balance sheet has three components as assets, liabilities and capital. Asset means cash or any properties of business, including the amounts due to it from others. Okay, there are two types of assets: fixed asset and current asset. Assets which are acquired for relatively longer periods for carrying on the business are called fixed asset. They help in generation of income and are not meant for resale. Okay, fixed assets are classified into the following categories: tangible asset, intangible asset, wasting asset and fictitious asset. First one is tangible asset. Assets having definite shape and physical existence are called tangible asset. For example, land, building, machinery, furniture, etc. Second one is intangible asset. Assets have no physical existence are called intangible asset. For example, like software, patent, trademark, etc. Next is wasting asset. Asset which get exhausted to the extent of extraction are called wasting assets, like quarries, mines, oil field. Another category of fixed assets, fictitious asset. Asset which have no real use only for technical reason is called fictitious asset. On issue of etc. Current asset. Asset which are held for short period of time is called current asset. These assets are acquired with the intention of converting them into cash or consuming them within a period of 1 year. For example, cash, stock, debtors, bills receivable, etc. And these assets are also called floating asset. Then next is liabilities. In simple terms, Having a liability means that you owe something to somebody else. However, there is a lot more to know about liabilities before you can say you know what the word liability. A liability is an obligation of money or service owed to another party. What is a liability to you is an asset to the party you owe. Okay, there are two types of liabilities: current liabilities and long term liabilities. Current liabilities are expected to be paid back within 1 year, and long term liabilities are expected to be paid back in over 1 year. On a balance sheet, these two categories are listed separately but added together under total liabilities at the bottom. We can discuss this in later classes. See, the creditors, outstanding expenses like salary payable, rent payable, etc., are the examples of current liabilities. And bank loans, debentures, etc., are coming under long term liabilities. Okay. Next one is capital. Capital means money or money's worth invested by the owner as cash or asset in the business. Okay. Drawings are the amounts taken by the owner of a business for his personal use in anticipation of profit in the form of cash or goods. Profit earned by the business increase the owner's capital. Okay, and reduce and drawings reduce the amount of capital on the other hand. As next, we can discuss about the term expenses and expenditure. In simple words, we can say expense is the cost incurred for earning revenue, whereas expenditure is the cost spent on purchase of fixed asset, which give long term benefit. Okay, there are two types of expenditure, that is capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. We can discuss the same in later classes. Okay, another term used in accounting is goods. What is goods? It means commodities purchased for resale or for manufacturing. Okay, then what is purchase? Purchase means total amount of goods procured by a business in both cash and credit. Okay, if purchases are made by business, it need to sell the same. When those goods are sold in order to earn profit is called sales. When goods are sold for cash, it is called cash sales, and goods sold for credit, it is called credit sales. Okay, it's clear. Then we mostly used term in financial accounting is closing stock. What is closing stock? It means those goods which are left unsold in the business at the end of the year. The same stock will be the opening stock of next financial year. Okay. Finally, we are going to discuss about the term profit and loss. When the revenue earned is over the expenses incurred in a financial year, it is called profit. And when the expenses incurred over and above the revenue earned, then we can say the business is running in loss. Okay, so let's conclude. We covered most of the important topics in chapter Introduction to Accounting. Okay, I hereby providing some questions for your kind attention. Please read and complete the same. And If you have any queries regarding the topics discussed, please comment. I will reach you soon. Okay, thank you.